one, don't need no break. Hut one, hut two, get it straight, that's how I like it. And we grind it every night to make it here, now it's exciting. See, they just getting cake, they ain't never gonna get no ice. And all we want is chips, ring fingers looking ice. My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it, but it ain't just me, it's the whole.
We are down on the Bayou as you get a look inside the Superdome here in New Orleans.
Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Rams and the New Orleans Saints. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Begin on the ground with Akers. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
This defense for the Saints, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Landry now on the return. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
right at the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
To try again after the sack. Winston.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And this drive was almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. To the right side and complete to Thomas. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away.
.43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
A second down throw for Mayfield.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Evans. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defense in front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Here's Mayfield.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Evans.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Following the interception, Winston. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, Winston.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans.
A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen.
Akers hit. He coughs it up.
And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Winston now after the fumble recovery. Here's Johnson with a reception.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Throwing, Winston. Tries the left side and finds Olave. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They run it again with Kamara. And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Winston. Touchdown, Saints. Chris Olave with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Saints have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield.
He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. CD, that's the second time this half they've put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. And the Saints are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 21-0 our score after one. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. A first down throw for Winston. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
No sense risking anything there on first down, even though he's still in the pocket. He had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
On 2nd and 10, Winston. Open man downfield is Johnson.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards there, a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Jameis again. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. Touchdown! 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston.
And the Saints are able to add on to their first half lead.
Lutz with the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 2nd down, Mayfield.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the front.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about In your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Saints will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, that is interception number 4 for him, Charles. 4 here in the first half alone, and they're already trailing by 4 possessions.
Makes me wonder, partner, do they just not have any confidence at all in the backup, or do they just have that much confidence in him? Able to throw 4 picks already, they're certainly hoping that he can turn things around and quickly.
Yeah, boy, and it's tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Winston's throw caught by Olave.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there, picking up the 1st down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
On 1st and 10, Winston. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. Oh, what a juke into space.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground, and here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did. Before tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
And the next-gen stat shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Here's Winston. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon.
And the Saints open the lead up to 34-0.
Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes this 35-0 now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
2nd time in this first half now, Charles, and he's coughed up the football.
And both times, I think, they were in spots where he's got to think about covering up the ball. He's got to refer to his fundamentals in those practice drills where they carry it through traffic. He's not out in the open field where he can swing it a little bit, cover it up, and take care of it.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. First down, Winston. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Nice job escaping the pocket. Boy, he took the shot downfield towards the end zone, didn't he? Tried to go for 6. It just wasn't there against that coverage. They were ready to prevent the big play.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Winston. He gets it left side to Johnson. Touchdown, Saints. Juwan Johnson, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have taken a 6-touchdown lead. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bulling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Fair catch. Gain of the 25-yard line. The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throwing, Mayfield. Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play fake. Mayfield. His throw incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play quarterback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
But I have to think that when this play began, the running back thought to himself that this looks promising, but that feeling certainly didn't last very long. Super play defensively to lock in on the best route to his target, and he stopped him for no gain.
And his top speed, according to Next Gen Stats, and even 19 miles an hour. After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Winston now. And he's got the hook up to Landry. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Winston eluding the pressure right. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Three-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They start the second half with Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The all-everything defensive tackle, Aaron Donald, the one who made the play there.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Winston. Olave holds it in. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for third down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. No surprise this offense would be able to convert. They're currently second in the league in first downs, and they pick up one here.
Yeah, not a stat that we talk about a heck of a lot, but it's a vital one. And in this case, it's really vital because what does it do? Keeps their defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Winston. Thomas has got it. Complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. Going right back to Michael Thomas. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That goes for a gain of 31.
When they've needed to play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Mayfield on 1st down. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Pete Werner. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized. Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard after the 49.
Well, now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production means they don't want to be in 3rd and long, and that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Pete Werner drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick six from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Now Landry. And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
On 2nd down, Kamara. Room here to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Winston to give. It's Kamara.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
From the gun, Winston. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Rams on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. To throw, Mayfield. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. So he stopped for no gain. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Throwing, Winston. To the right side and complete to Thomas. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line.
No let-up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold-up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Complete. It's Johnson. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and just a couple. To throw is Winston. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do. When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
Jameis to throw it. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Saints are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth-quarter lead. Lutz with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a counter, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Pete Werner picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Talk about two sides of the ball cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. Their front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Pulled in at the 24.
Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
See, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. And this has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's Winston. In trouble, and he's taken down. Aaron Donald. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Following the interception, Mayfield. And my goodness, another interception. And the Saints are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A 10th carry for Kamara. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Kamara. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a gain of 16 yards. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop.
Usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level.
I told my boys it ain't no limit. Told all my